There it goes.
Perfect. Awesome.
And we're recording. Good.
Yay! Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Harden, Lipstick Tactical.
And I'm Scott Van Dorsten, owner of Van Dorsten Custom Firearms, professional gunsmith.
Tonight we are going to take a look at a deep cover package that Scott can do to your firearm that you carry. It is really nice. I'm going to turn it over to him and let him tell you about it.
So we're talking about Smith & Wesson revolvers today. We have a J frame in front of us. We have two J frames, one in factory condition, one with the deep cover package. And we're doing this to kind of let you know what we can do to your guns to help you have a more enjoyable shooting experience. Trigger pulls can be very stiff from the factory in just about any type of gun. And there's a lot that a gunsmith can do to help you get a better trigger pull on your gun, and that in turn helps you be more accurate, helps you with the handling of the firearm, and just gives you a more enjoyable shooting experience.
All true. I was telling Scott, we were talking last week about some of the ladies I train, and oftentimes when my clients are, sometimes they're a little bit older and they start to get limitations in their hands, they get arthritis, just a little bit of weakness. So semi-automatics really are not an option for them anymore because they have a really hard time racking the slide. So we moved to revolvers, but then they have a really hard time pulling the trigger on a revolver. And y'all, I wish you could pull a trigger on the video. It's awesome how smooth the trigger is.
So just to give you an idea, this is a factory Smith & Wesson J frame. This is the model 637. It's an aluminum frame. It's one of their lightweight models. From the factory, the trigger pull on this...
I'm coming in. My phone's messing up. All right, we're still live.
So, from the factory, the trigger pull on this averages between 12 and 14 pounds. Okay, that is extremely heavy. Now, what'll happen, and just so you know, the firearm is clear. We are very safe here. We don't even have any ammo here on the table at all. So, when you're pulling the trigger, and if you have a stiff trigger pull, what tends to happen is your hands tends to shake. Okay, especially if you're trying to make a very deliberate shot. Your hand will start to shake, and that'll throw your shot off. Okay? Once we do the trigger pull on it, now, this is the one that's got the deep cover package. Okay, and this is the same model gun, so you'll notice a few differences. One, we bought the hammer off of it. Okay, and that's so you have a nice snag-free. Okay, nothing to snag onto clothing on this because this is set up for concealed carry. And then with it being bought like that, it gives you the slowest profile possible. You know, it doesn't have the hump back here for the hammerless ones or for the shrouded hammer. So it gives you like the most concealability possible. Okay, but with the trigger job done on it, okay, when you're pulling it, it's a much lighter trigger pull. It's a lot smoother, so your hand's not going to shake as much when you're trying to pull the trigger. So it's going to help you stay on target. So it's going to improve your accuracy, and it's going to make it a lot easier for you to shoot. We have also recontoured the trigger. Now, you can probably see how this is a little shinier on the trigger compared to the factory one.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's the shine. So there's the one that Scott has worked on. And then here is the factory. It's also curved differently. Fits your finger much better. Let's try and get this with the green background so you get a really good look at it. Yep. Really nice. Really nice.
So, what that does is, as you're pulling the trigger, with your trigger finger, you're pulling straight back. Now, the trigger itself, it wants to rotate. So what this does is having it polished and smooth and rounded out, as you're pulling that trigger straight back, it's gliding along your finger so that you don't have any kind of like roughness on your finger or anything like that that's going to cause it to stutter. It just helps it smoother and it makes it more comfortable. So it's actually a huge improvement over the factory trigger, just having that recontoured, a full action job done, the bobbed hammer. Now the last part of the deep cover package is actually the grips. You'll see that these grips have this little wing. try and get that on. It has a little wing right here. And these are what's called the DeSantis clip grips. And Amanda's going to demonstrate this for you. But it's designed to just sit right there on your belt or in your pocket or something like that, so you can conceal carry it without a holster, just like that.
Yep. Really fits very nicely. Very quick and easy to put on. Done. I'm carrying. It is very secure. I'll just put it right on the waistband of my pants.
And with a simple sweater, you don't even see it.
Yep.
It's like it's not there.
It feels incredibly secure.
Yep. And that's what makes this one of the most popular guns for concealed carry.
You can draw very easily too.
Yep. So.
That hammer, no hammer there to get in the way. That's a real problem, y'all. You ladies, if you are throwing your revolvers in your purse with a hammer, you shouldn't be throwing your revolver in your purse with a hammer to begin with, or any gun in your purse. But if you are, you're going to have a problem if you try and yank that out real fast. I mean, can you even get your cell phone out of your purse fast? Try and pull a revolver out with a hammer. It's going to get caught on everything.
Absolutely. You know, and the reason we use this model, now Smith & Wesson does make models that they're called hammerless, and they have one that is a shrouded hammer. And the reason we use the 637 is because it has less material up here. So the hammerless ones are going to have more of a hump.
Yep.
The shrouded hammers are going to have a very large hump. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's more material that's going to imprint on your clothing. With the hammerless one, with this one here, with the bobbed hammer, there's very little material, metal material that's going to imprint. It's going to help with concealability. Now, Amanda, you haven't carried guns like this yet.
I have not ever carried a revolver, no.
So, after looking at the factory gun and the deep cover package, what do you think?
I absolutely want to add a revolver to my carry options. Was really impressed. I've played with it a couple times now here in the store with you, and every time I throw it on, it's so comfortable. And I have so many clients that I've trained that I know would love this revolver, and they would love to have this option, that I do want to add this. It's really nice.
That's fantastic. And you know, if you're the type of person that you don't want to carry a revolver, semi-autos, just about all of the semi-autos out there, they have a hard trigger. And there are things that your local gunsmith or myself, if you want to send the gun to me, can do to help with the trigger pull on just about every gun out there. Your Smith & Wesson Shields, your Glocks, everything out there, I can do something to the trigger on it to make it more comfortable and easier for you to use.
And all y'all that have those Smith & Wessons and those Glocks, you know you want to change the triggers, because I know you're already doing it.
Yep.
This is a really nice trigger. And this polished and curved trigger, if you don't shoot revolvers, you need to try it, because that's one of the biggest complaints with my students, is that the trigger is very, very hard to pull, but also that their finger slides off the trigger quite a bit. And if your finger is not, like Scott said, pulling straight back towards you, you're coming off target, and you're distracted by the fact that your trigger pull doesn't feel right. This recurving of the trigger, your finger sits right in there exactly how it's supposed to be, and it does not move. It just glides that trigger to the back exactly like it's supposed to. This is a really, really nice job that Scott does.
Well, thank you, Amanda. And that is offered here at the Shoot Us Gun Range. I'm the gunsmith here. And we have this package ready to go in the shelf. If we don't have one at the time you come in, if you're interested in one, we can knock one out for you in no time at all. So this has been Scott with Van Dorsten Custom Firearms.
And I'm Amanda Harden with Lipstick Tactical. We'll see y'all later.
Take care.
Back to you.